Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? I'm Joanna Hall and welcome to Wednesday's Morning Instant Body Booster, teaching live from my home in Hertfordshire. Wherever you are in the world, you are very, very welcome. Whether you're watching us in real time, hello, whether in the UK or wherever in the world, you are very welcome. Come on in, make yourself at home. I like to go live about 8:25 just to share some of the important stuff as you start your day together. So for me, I've got my little cup of really good coffee, and it's really joyful for me to share this with you every morning, Monday through to Friday, since we've been in lockdown here in the UK, March the 23rd. So come on in, say hello, let me know what you're up to today. What are you drinking, hey? What's your little tipple? And this is session number 41. Can you believe that? Thank you so much for all of you just coming along. I know we're live streaming now on my YouTube channel, Joanna Hall WalkActive, and also on my Facebook page, Joanna Hall WalkActive as well. So it's really lovely to have you along. And I know some of you have been with me for quite a long time, which is fab. How's your body feeling? Yeah, is it feeling good? So good morning in the house. We have Chris. Good morning. We have Debs. We have Angela Taylor. How are you doing, Angela? We have Al Morton. Everybody's coming in nice and steadily. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? Hello, Jenny. Nice to see you. I hope you are all tippity top and feeling quite bright and breezy today. It is Wednesday, so Wednesday is traditional for it to be a bit of midweek motivation with my WalkActive Wednesday. And WalkActive Wednesday is really, as the creator and founder of WalkActive, my effective walking system, it's just a midweek motivation. So you can choose to do 1K, 3K or 5K, your choice, no obligation, but it's just a fantastic opportunity to get out in the fresh air, improve your mental well-being, improve your physicality. And when you actually start to put the WalkActive technique into place, it really can help you look better and feel better and perform better. So all you need to do is just a virtual challenge. Anybody can do it. Post a pic of your route or you once you've done it, and underneath here on our Facebook page, and we can just share the love and see what we're doing. It just helps, a nice way to support ourselves within the WalkActive community. So please do that. It's pretty warm out there with us today. I've actually been out already, and it's gorgeous. So make sure you stay well hydrated. So being Wednesday, I've got a couple of things that I'm going to share with you. Today's session is a pre-workout warm-up. So whatever you're doing, it's a really great way. We're going to open up a lot of the backs of the legs and also into the hips, and I've got a little bit of a flow as well, so hopefully you'll feel warm and your body will feel agile and you're ready in terms of your physicality and your mentality to take on whatever the day's got a hold for you. And specifically, obviously relating it to WalkActive, this is a session that's really good if you're wanting to work on your WalkActive pace. And WalkActive has been scientifically shown to improve your walking speed by up to 24%. And that will happen for a number of reasons as you learn the technique and you master it. One of them is that your foot becomes more mobile and fit and strong, so you get more propulsion as you come forward. But the other reason is that you actually create a lot more openness right through this area. So your stride will get longer because you'll have more space in the hip flexors, which helps protect your back. And you'll also have more mobility in the hamstrings. So all in all, it creates a movement pattern that actually looks much smoother. It feels so much better as well. And it's almost like elements of glide. So we're going to be kind of incorporating that today. Okay. So you're going to need maybe a blanket that you might want to just use to sit underneath your bum. And also a towel would be useful because we're going to use that just to ease some stretches for the hamstrings as well. A couple of little pieces of admin. My WalkActive Core and Tone series number 3, enrollment now for that is now open. That is a closed group of series Zoom classes together with Q&A, progressive programs. So if you're interested in that, there's information on my Joanna Hall WalkActive page. It's a dynamic whole body toning program to create tone and shape and improvement in your outdoor WalkActive practice. And also really excited, my weekly live chat with my lovely girlfriend whose actual birthday is today, Noelle Shine. We are having our 3rd Beauty Gets Active live chat tomorrow here on Facebook, Joanna Hall WalkActive at 5 o'clock. And we're also doing, and we're talking today, actually tomorrow, sorry, haven't had enough of that. We're talking tomorrow about barely there makeup. So what's the right thing to wear, not just necessarily an SPF, but how do you want to look in terms of when you're going outside and you're having physical activity, putting all that goodness in terms of your physiology, but what can we do to make our face kind of feel good and we feel like we're kind of presentable without being caked on? What feels right for you? So that is barely there tomorrow, 5 o'clock. If you're able to come live, brilliant. You can catch last week's on on my YouTube channel. It's all there. We talked about skincare routines and optimizing that, so you can have a look at that. All the products, everything's listed. And also, if you want to post us a question for our live chat tomorrow, we would love to hear, okay? Wow, it's busy, busy, busy. I told you it's midweek motivation. So, a slurp of water, a little bit of coffee. Are you ready to get zinger, zing, zing? Let's do it. So we're going to start this session actually on the floor. So this is why you might just want to have a little bit of a towel underneath your bottom, depending on how much mobility you have. Now I've got the chair here because if you feel that you would be more comfortable to do this first section of this sequence on a chair, you can actually replicate it completely, okay? So you can do all movements similarly sitting up on a chair if that feels more comfortable for you. So from this position, what I'd like us to do, come to a cross-legged position, and the higher you have the towel rolled under just literally your butt cheeks, that actually allows you to have length here. Think about your WalkActive global greeting, lovely people. So you've got your thumb in your ribs and your little finger in your hip bone, and make a note of which leg you have in front, okay? And then from here, just take the arms above the head, have a gorgeous, delicious stretch. Just take a moment just to sort of think kind of where you are, have a look at your alignment. So you should be in alignment here with your ribs and your hips. You're trying to create distance there. Space here in the lower spine. The abdominals are drawing in a little bit, but actually it's more contraction of length. That's important. And then from here, just stretch tall and bring one arm over the side so you just have a lovely little stretch. Now think about energizing into that middle finger. Distance here between the earlobes and shoulders, and you're heavy in this butt cheek, so you really feel the whole length through the body. Take a deep breath in, and then come back, and we're going to repeat that on the other side. So take the arms up, one arm counts under the side, energize and just check the position here between the length of the earlobes and shoulders, and then ease over. Almost as if you're coming down between two panes of glass. Breathe in, stretch into that fingertip, heavy in this tailbone, heavy in this butt cheek here, and stretch out nice and tall. Good job. Now just roll the wrists, and we're going to bring both arms up, and then just keeping that distance between your ribs and your hips with your global greeting. Just give me a slight rotation. So what I'd like you to think about is you're going to curl down here a little bit, so a bit of a scoop, so we just put a little bit of mobility here in the spine, and just walk the hands out just gently, so you start to feel maybe a little bit of a stretch in the middle, maybe lower back, depending on where you're feeling it. You may also feel it a little bit on your glutes on this side. Wherever you feel it, that's indicative of where you may be a little bit sort of naturally tight. So you don't need to worry about that. Just try to breathe, try not to judge it. Just think about where that tension is, feel into it, take a deep breath in, and then ease back, and then curl back. Come up nice and steadily, come back to your global greeting, so you're trying to get this to be the default. Energize up through the arms again, and we're going to take the other side, so come around this way, and that slight curl down, so you start to get a little bit of movement here, improving the articulation of the spine. And what's really lovely is that the more you do this, the body loves consistency, and it will reward you. So however you're feeling today, just let the contour mouth rise up, feel positive, feel good about what's happening, and then slowly walk the hands back, and then come up, stretch up tall. Now from here, bring the arms down, make a note of which leg is in front, because that's important. Take the blanket away, and you're going to uncross the legs. Just have your hands here behind your thighs, tuck your tailbone under, and we're going to roll back down here. Okay, nice and controlled. Stimulating a little bit of core, nice and gently. Hands can be out to the side. Bend the knees so the feet are flat on the floor, and then just wriggle them to the width of your mat. And you're just going to rock and roll your knees from one side to the other, okay? So just thinking nice and gently, just lovely lower back mobilizer. Also, you might get a little bit of opening up here with the hip flexors, which is very important to kind of gain or regain the natural length and mobility and range of motion that we can have with the hip flexors. Just nice and gently. Now a little tip here, as you're coming one side, just think about lengthening over the top knee. So there's a little bit more integrity, almost from the rib and the hip and the knee. So you've got that length all the way through. And then ease back. You can almost tap the tailbone under as you come to one side as well, if that helps. Just gently on this first one. And then again, just a little bit more of energy going through, right through to the kneecap. So you're aware of your kneecap, your hip and your rib coming up to your shoulder. So there's a real positive whole body connection. Tuck the tailbone under, okay? Bring the feet together, and then you're just going to push your hands up and come up nice and gently. Now, remember which leg we said? From here, change the leg that's in front. I've got to challenge myself here. Oh, hi, Barney. He's trying to make an appearance. Hello, Bubs. So from here, I'll sit again. You might want to adjust and put the blanket there, and we're going to repeat that. So the benefit of this is actually you create symmetry in the torso. Hello, how are you doing? You're going to reach from here, take the arm down, stretch over nice and gently. Deep breath and ease. And you know what's really lovely about coming back and repeating these is, you maybe still, don't have to concentrate quite so much, which is quite nice, you can allow the flow, but also the body really kind of rewards you and nourishes you as you repeat these stretches. And from a physiological perspective, you're just enhancing articulation, all the synovial fluid, or just warming it up, and your body's going to respond and start to feel a bit better. So from here, lift up tall, we've got that slight rotation, do you remember? And then the hands come down, okay? And then slowly walk them through. Now as you do this, because we've changed legs, you may feel, oh, I've got a little bit more range one side than the other. It's all about trying to create symmetry and respect in the body, so that we have a good body awareness, and also we start to become appreciative of how the body is feeling. Okay, come back down, walk the hands down, nice and gently, just coming to the point where you feel a bit of an ooh. Should never be an ow, it's just an ooh, just kind of sweet ooh. Breathe in and breathe out, nice and steady. Good job. Okay, so we take the towel away again, tuck under here, and put the hands underneath here, and you're just going to roll down nice and gently. Get that scoop here so we activate your core, nice and gently, and then roll back, hands are here, and then again, just take the feet to the width of your mat, and you're just going to rock and roll them to one side. Okay, nice and steadily. So you can start to make it a little bit more smooth, and maybe with a little bit more energy going into the knee, going down through that feel. So you feel that possibly there's a bit more opening up, a little bit of stretching of your muscles, and you feel how the whole body is connected. The body is such an amazing gift, and sometimes when we spend quite a bit of time seated, just keep the legs moving from one side to the other, we tend to sort of feel that the body works in different isolated blocks. But if we can build our body awareness and how it works together, then we'll find it kind of rewards us as well. So from here, tuck your head under, you can pull yourself up, use your core, good job. Now, from here we're going to move on, and what I'd like us to do is grab your towel, okay? So we're going to put the towel around one foot. This is a really nice sort of hamstring opener. Set yourself up first of all, so you may again want to have your blanket just underneath your bottom to lift you up. We're trying to avoid this slump back here, okay? That's only going to put more strain on the shoulders and kind of closes off this whole chain area, which we want to open up, so we want to create the space. So if you want to put a little bit of lift underneath your butt, that's cool, okay? Now, sitting up tall, this leg comes here, lift up, come back to your global greeting. With your towel, take it around your foot. So depending on the length of towel you have, just check your setup position. So you want to have your foot directly in front of you and your body is open, your shoulders are open. Now, depending on how much movement you have in the back of your hamstrings, which can be notoriously quite tight, just ease forward. You're lifting up over the crown of the head and you're coming over. This is the visualization. You're coming over your toes, okay? So it doesn't really matter how close the chest comes here. The focus is reaching out and over. So by doing that and having that focus, you actually lengthen much more into the belly of the muscle, but also importantly, you create space around the joint areas, and you create space in the lower spine as well, rather than it being compression. And it's space and length that gives improvements in your posture and really helps with your long-term correct recruitment pattern through your muscles. Okay, breathe in. And then from here, just ease back, take the arm above your head, and you're just going to sort of open up the body, just open this way, okay? Do that one more time. So come forward with the arm, big, nice sweep, just ease forward, breathe. Breathe out, and then bring the arm back, okay? So if you're kind of new to this range of motion, just go steady with it, because you can always come back and repeat that. All these videos are really fabulous. Breathe in, and then breathe out, and to come back and repeat, because you feel that your body will really respond, okay? Now from there, bring that off, change over, so take the mat away if you want, stretch that leg out, set your position up nice and tall, so I find it helps just to give yourself a little bit of a lift up here at the back, and then you take the towel and then wrap it around. So you've got it around the ball of the feet rather than just on your toes, lifting up nice and tall, so check that set up. You've got distance between the ribs and the hips. Are you ready? So you're just going to ease forward. Remember, it's the length. You're increasing the length here as you reach over. The visualization is that your head is right over your big toe, okay? That's what we're aiming for. Breathe in Okay, nice and steadily. Stretch up tall. This hand comes up and round, and just open up the body. So you've got lovely rotation of the spine. Really important with any movement pattern because we tend to neglect how much rotational quality we have in the spine. And the spine, when it starts to rotate, means that we actually start to use and activate the core and the abdominal muscles much better. Bring that arm around. One more time here, just easing into it, depending on how you're feeling. Don't need to judge, just a kind of a sweet ooh, okay? You may be feeling it here as well, but just ease into it. Last one, stretch and open up. Good job. Okay, so from here, we're finished with the towel. Bring the feet round and just come onto all fours. And we're just going to start to do a little bit more of a dynamic flow. So from here, you've got your wrists underneath your shoulders, you've got your knees underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just push your hips one side and just turn to look down one side of your body. So a little bit of lateral motion of the spine. Good. And again, come back central. And then just push your hips the other way and then ease that way. Good. That's it, the breath stays nice and smooth. Now, from here, lovely people, tuck your toes underneath you, which might be the first time you're kind of waking up our feet a little bit. So just say, oh, hey, we're doing. So imprint the heel pad behind you, and you're just going to lift yourself off. And I'd like to have 6 walks, takes you to the front of the mat. Okay, so spin the elbows here. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So we're in a forward hanging bend. Nice and relaxed, this is our first one. So just nod yes with the head and nod no. Nice and relaxed, just a couple of puppet strings if that feels good for you today, whatever feels right. And then you're going to be heavy in the tailbone and we're going to curl up, okay? Stretch up really tall, really energize the body. Hold it, and then from here bend the knees, tuck that tailbone under so it's our roll down prep, and we're going to roll down again. So it's a little bit more flowy, okay? Nice and gently. Knees are generously bent, and then we start to straighten them. Breathe in, breathe out, come back. Tailbone is heavy, and we're going to roll up again. All the way to the top, stretch tall, lift up, rolling down again. Here's our knee bend, tuck that tailbone under so you get that length, and we roll down. So we're just exploring into the space at the back of the legs. Take a look at life upside down, people. What's it looking like today? Breathe in, breathe out, bend the knees, and come up. Now, from the top, hold the arms up here. Just take one foot back. So you can be on your toes, first of all, lift up nice and tall, and then just bend the knees and tuck the tailbone under. So you get a little bit of a stretch over the hip flexor area here. Try to think about being in a straight line from your knee or hip all the way up. Stretch up tall, breathe in. Good, bring that foot in, stretch through, wriggle through the feet, stretch up on the other side. So take that foot back. The first one here, we're just at that junction between the pad of the foot and the toes. Bend the knee, tuck the tailbone under, so you're feeling that length. Lift up and think about tallness from the point of your knee all the way to your body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. How does that feel? And then step up forward. Okay, we're going to roll down again. Here we go. Take the arms up, breathe in, bend the knees, tuck under, roll, 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 all the way down. And this time, lovely people, we're going to walk back. So 6 walks gets us to a box step position, okay? Are we ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So just set it up, spread your fingertips, spin the elbows in and control yourself down. Good job. Find your position, feel what's good for you, and then from here, nice and steady, ease back. So a little bit of a lower back stretch. Breathe in, breathe out, draw the hands underneath you, come back to that box position, tuck your toes underneath you, have a little bit of a hover, okay, tuck your tailbone under, and this time the hands walk back to the feet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So we're back in that forward hanging bend. Just give yourself a little bit easing out here because we're just waking up the body. Nod yes, nod no, nod yes, nod no. Puppet string arms, see how that feels? Nice and loose. Heavy in that tailbone, and we're going to roll all the way up. Here we go. Stretch up, lift up. Here we go again. Bend the knees, tuck under, roll down, nice and smooth. So just get into a little bit of a sequence here. Look at life upside down, straighten through the back to legs. Is that feeling a little bit easier? Heavy in the tailbone, roll up again. Gather the energy from the ground, feel really positive. Grow, 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 breathe in. Bend the knees, tuck under. Here we go, so we come down again, nice and smoothly. Heavy in that tailbone, lift up, breathe in. Breathe out, and last time. So this time, okay, hold the arms up, step forward just a little bit, and then have the toes tucked under and just repeat that hip flexor. So you're pushing forward with the hip, energy through the knees from the hip, and grow. So depending on how you're feeling, and your tightness of your hip flexors. You've also got mobility of your front of the foot here and the ankle, which is really important for your ability to propel yourself forward with your WalkActive. And if you get more mobility in your feet, you'll actually take the pressure off your knees. Step in, walk through the feet, but that can often be quite a limiting movement for many of us because maybe the choice of footwear and things like that. So change the other side, gather up again, stretch up tall, breathe in, stretch, good, and then bring down. We're going to roll down last time. Here we go, stretch up nice and tall, bend the knees, roll down all the way. Big deep breath in, stretch the backs of legs. How are we doing, beautiful people? Breathe in, breathe out, bend the knees. 6 walks gets us out to that box position. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, spin the elbows, bend the knees gently so you have complete control as you come down. Just have a little wriggle one side, good job. Take feet together, stretch back, deep breath in. So feel the whole body long stretch through the spine, bring the hands back. Get ready, tuck the toes underneath you. We're going to hover and then 6 walks and we go forward. Here we go. Come forward, tuck the tailbone under, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Check your setup. Nod yes, nod no, bend down, up we go, stretch tall, lift, repeat that down, here we go, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under so you really start to feel how the movement is becoming a little bit smoother, lift up through the backs of the legs, breathe in, breathe out, one more time, so this time we're going to change it. I'm going to take one leg in front, how are we doing? So you may feel the balance is slightly compromised. Bend the knees a little bit, tuck that tailbone under so you have the integrity, and we're going to roll down. So this is going to change the feeling of the stretch, okay? Hold it here, how does that feel? A little bit of stretch, maybe more on the hamstrings, more on the outside of the hip, just feel how that is, breathe in. And then roll up nice and gently, draw in through those abdominals, check your balance, lift up tall, stretch, we've got to repeat the other side, so take that leg up, here we go. Bend the knees, tuck under so you have that integrity through the body. Let the hands drift past your gorgeous faces. Roll down. Lift up through the backs of the legs. Breathe. Breathe out. Feel maybe a stretch a little bit more intense on the back of the hamstrings. Roll up nice and gently. Come back here. Take the arms wide and come to the beginning. Last little bit here, people. How are we doing? All right. Take a deep breath in. Stretch up tall and then take the arms wide, and then we're going to repeat and just finish with a little arm combination, which is really great to open up the shoulders so you're ready to go zing. Are you ready? So take the arms up, stretch tall, put them to the side of the shoulders, then put them to the small of the back here. So that helps the shoulder blades become open, and then you're going to roll them once and roll them twice. Okay, let's do that again. So deep breath in, take the arms wide, take them to the small of the back, and then roll them and back. And this little arm combination is really great to do when you're walking. So what you could do is almost 8 strides with your hands above your head, 8 strides here with your hands to your side of your shoulders, 8 strides with small here of your back, and then just 8 strides as you roll the shoulders back, and then you can be nice and loose. That's a really great shoulder easer as you're doing your WalkActive or any running exercises or just general walking. That's a really good reliever, okay? So on that note, my lovely people, I hope you're feeling zing, zing, zing. We've got a last deep breath in, ready to hug in the love. Stretch up nice and tall, take the arms nice and wide, and get ready to hug in the love. So big squish, hug it in, hug it in. Really important, just breathe it in as well. So let the corners of your mouth rise up, maybe the chin just lowers a little bit. Think about the distance between your pubic bone and sternum. And a nice positive thought to yourself. Well done for your efforts today, for turning up. You've made that investment for yourself and for us here together as our community. So thank you so much. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's take the arms out, create the symmetry on the other side of the body. So big hug in, hug, 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 hug. Squish it in, gorgeous people. Breathe in, corners of the mouth rise up, chin comes down, scoop it in. Think a lovely positive thought and get ready all together around this world. We're going to send out our love after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, whoosh, it's gone. Thank you so much for your energy today, lovely people. It's Wednesday, it's WalkActive Wednesday, and that was really our morning instant body booster to start our day a bit brighter. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you for coming, and I look forward to you joining me tomorrow at 8:25.